depends on the area you want to invest and what you want to do. But there are people that what they do as a business is we buy land, we build, we sell. We buy, we build, we sell. So they are in the business of real estate. So for the fact that they have a product in the market which other people subscribe to, and once there is full subscription, they move to another. So it's just a little differentiation between someone who is in the real estate business and someone who is an investor. So I can be an investor, you can be an investor. You might not own, like, okay, that we have a class of real estate that we call the REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. You don't really have to have a property that you own to yourself. Okay, but a fragment of it, like different ways you
decide. We don't talk about the challenges and the risk involved. Can you let us know some of the risk?
We have so many risks involved in real estate transaction. In fact, it's a very risky transaction because it intersects with different areas of practice. For example, you want to purchase a property. First risk you face is the land acquisition, whether there is a title to that property. So if there is a title, you have to verify if the title that you want to buy is genuine. And if the title is genuine, so what I call it due diligence. So due diligence is not just studying the paper on ground, because a lot of lawyers, and that's why we have a lot of fraud. So many people think, oh, okay, this is the title to the property. Yes, I have checked at the lands registry and everything is fine. But due diligence is a system, it's systematic. So you start from pre-due diligence. So you just, pre-due diligence is just to check, is this something that this client should actually invest in or something we can just walk away? From that pre-due diligence, you'll be able to have an understanding of the title, whether it's genuine or not. And then you move to the next stage, the property in question. One of the frauds that we have in Africa is that you can be, a property can be offered to you with a genuine title, but that title is not aligning with the property in question. So you need to do what we call the physical site inspection. To go there and make sure that what they, of course, sometimes it's a 3D picture, especially for those in diaspora. So you need somebody who will be physically present to check, oh, okay, yes, what we saw on ground, what we saw on paper is as it is on ground. So that's another one. And then you need to take step further, depending on the stages. If it's just an empty land, for us here in Nigeria, we talk about the Surveyor General's office, where you go and check and you chart on the land to know whether it falls under government acquisition. And if it does not fall under government acquisition, whether it's something that is mapped out in future for something the government wants to do. So a lot of people skip that. They don't have a survey. They'll just say, I know that family, we are very close and all that. They've been friends for years and until another family shows up. Okay. So we have different challenges and then fraud. This
diligence is what do you call it again?
We have the pre-due diligence stage. And pre-due diligence stage is where you check whether the investment is something you should go in.
Now, who is the right person to carry out this? Is it the person, the investor that is going? Is it a lawyer? Is it just anyone? Who should the right person now, not just, I don't just want a situation where it'll be anybody, just as you said, I know the family. And because of that, I trust them, and you go ahead and pay. Who should carry out the diligence?
So it depends on the nature of the transaction. If you are buying an empty land that's just empty, you will engage your lawyer, and then you will need to engage a surveyor who should also go together with the lawyer to pick the coordinates of the land. Because with those coordinates is what you will use to conduct search at Surveyor General's office. So that should be able to give you the information regarding the land that you want to purchase. Assuming it's an off-plan, so you want to do an off-plan, first you want to be sure that there is a building approval, and then, yes, regarding it, and then planning permits. Okay, because some places are for residential, some are for commercial. So if somebody is building a property that is supposed to be on residential or commercial. You need to, yes. So you must get that planning permit and also necessary approvals. Because most times you can see what is going on in Lagos and outside. Most of these people, they don't have approval. They don't have the approval to build. And then some of them, because they've made application and they felt, okay, we can find our way around this, and then they proceed without waiting to get that approval. At the end of the day, maybe government will discover, oh, you are building on a pipeline. And because it's a pipeline, we will need to demolish. And then a lot of people will start, oh, why would you wait for all this? Why would you wait for all this investment before you start? The truth is, most times you think it's the government. Sometimes you think it's the developer, but you need to strike the balance when you consider the peculiarity of each case, okay? There are sometimes the developers are the ones at fault because they refuse to do what they are supposed to do. Sometimes you see that some of these planning permits, even though that the people who are sitting representing the government, knowing that, oh, okay, yes, this is supposed to be done, but they will collect money from the bag, you know? And then someone that is supposed, what you are supposed to do, you wouldn't do it. Okay. So, and when we say government, we have specific officers who are responsible for these approvals, permits, and all that. And these
people are not punished for not doing their work.
Yes. So we have seen demolition of different properties, but we've not seen sanction of the people who approved that project. So we need to strike the balance.
When are we going to get those people? When are we going to hold them responsible for not carrying out their job? You're a lawyer.
Yes.
So when are we going to hold them responsible?
Okay, because you can't just go to court without having enough evidence.
Okay.
Yes, it is the government that should say, this is the person who made this approval. Okay? And then, it just like I said, one of the challenges we also have is the regulation in the sector. You see, in banking sector, when you do anything that is contrary to CBN or any of the regulators, you will see that you'll be sanctioned.
Yes, that's where you come in. Now, many people will tell you, lawyers are expensive. Lawyers are expensive. They're going to charge me for a certain amount, and I'm not able to pay. First of all, you as a real estate consultant, how much do you charge?
Okay, I wouldn't have to put that on air because we have a scale of fees based on our Remuneration Act. If it's less than 15 million, there's a specific amount for that. If it's above, there's a specific amount for that, okay? So, so we have a scale of charges guiding our fees. Beautiful. So it's not about being expensive. What they don't understand is that what you are paying a lawyer is more like a security. Okay. You are using whatever you are paying to get to the root of what you are trying to buy is that you are trying to securitize that which you want to pay. So you pay a lawyer that will go ahead to carry out some due diligence exercise. It's based on the due diligence exercise report that you will decide whether it's a transaction you want to, go on or not. Okay. But you see that a lot of people now see that, why waste my money? Let me go ahead and pay. And then when they have paid.
Do you have any of such experience?
Oh, I have a lot.
Client said,
I have so many.
Oh, please, I don't need your services.
I have so many.
Oh, can we hear one?
There is this lady that someone referred her to me, and when she came, I said, I'm going to collect certain amount for this, being this is the percentage for this. She now said, oh, that in fact, I shouldn't bother that this family, they are well known. The lady is based in UK, and she said, they are well known that she does their forest trading and all that. She said she went ahead, advanced a sum of 85 million. And when it was time for documentation, she started noticing some certain things that are not adding up. So when she came to me, I said, are you ready now? She said, yes. I said, okay, before we proceed, I would like to send a letter of engagement, setting the stamps on which we engage our services, and then we'll proceed from there. So when she signed the letter of engagement, and when I started, I realized that the person whose name is on the title document is their late father, who died in 2020. Okay. Now, the person that is signing is one of the children of the deceased, selling and signing. All other siblings are outside the country. So he knows how to sign their father's signature. And so he has sold large expanse of land in that area.
Okay, yes, please, you're going to continue with this story you are telling. We'll go on a quick break, and we'll be right back.
The bank was totally gone, so there was nothing to say they had. But we still approached them and said we would like to take over this bank. The journey since 1997 has been one thing or the other, and I'm happy that many years down the line we look back and we're happy that we're audacious and bold to make them move at the time.
Our YouTube channel. We still have this robust conversation on real estate with Peace, and she has been telling us a whole lot. So before the break, I wanted to ask her, she was actually, you were talking about your experience with a client, and I am wondering, why do some family members just choose to sell properties without the consent of the other members of the family? So if I want to buy a property, or if I want to invest into that kind of property, what are the documents I should look out for?
Okay, thank you so much. If you don't mind, let me just quickly summarize that question.
Beautiful.
Okay, so when I discovered that the person that is signing on behalf of their late dad is just one out of 5 other siblings. So I reached out and I said, sir, please, I would like to know if there is a will regarding this property. And he said, no. I said, is there a letter of administration that the court has appointed some administrators of the estate of